So I've been looking around the internet like crazy, trying to find tips on how to revise, how to set up a revision plan, things to do to make me not just pass every subject, but get the best grades possible. And I've gotten quite a lot of information that seems very helpful and that seems to be working. So I thought I'll share it with you guys so you don't have to look at 10 hours worth of YouTube videos to find what you need. So this is mostly helpful for IB students. I guess it will work if you're doing some other type of exams as well. But seeing as I'm in my last year of the IB, this is what I will be doing, and I guess it's very relevant according to like syllabuses and dates and stuff and the type of test format. So if you feel like that applies to you, or if you feel like you might get some helpful tips anyways, then keep watching, I guess. I'll break it down. I will try to help you to create a good revision timetable, and also tips and tricks on how to revise the best for different subjects and for you. So let's get started. First thing you should do is to get an overview of how much time you have left before the exams. So I made this in January, which is just, I'm sorry, just very bright. All the weeks left from now leading up till the exam. Then you should fill out all the other stuff you need to do in those weeks. For instance, I have winter break, we have mock exams, we have formal orals, we have Easter break, stuff like that that will need to be prioritized. For instance, in the formal orals week, I will prioritize that. During mock exams, I will prioritize that. So if you have any big like TOK presentation or anything like that, put it in that plan. Number 3 is to go into Word, Excel, or find online just a real calendar with all the dates and all the weeks leading up to the exams. I have this, which a classmate of mine made, which is just boxes, every day, weeks, and the dates, so that you have that in front of you. Number 4, list your subject and then in the order of priority. So which subject you need to work the most on, which you want to get the best grades in, like that. For instance, I know that I don't need to study a lot for my English exam. It's English B. I've gotten 7 straight like the last year and a half already, so I don't need to revise a lot for that, so that's the bottom of my list. I do, for instance, put chemistry, which is a high-level subject I struggle with, on like closer to the top of the list because I need to read a lot for that. Number 5, figure out what you need to work on. So there are many ways to do this. What I do is that I do practice papers, I mark them, and I see where I went wrong. If there are any areas I can see coming up consistently that I need to work with, I look at my old tests, I see what I struggled with then. If there's anything I've improved, I look through the syllabus and through the book and see if there are any areas I'm not completely sure about. A good guideline is like you should be able to explain it to someone else and make them understand it, and if you can do that, then you know that you know it. 6, put all of this into your calendar. So now I will show you what my calendar looks like. So this is week 8, we're currently here, and then see, for instance here, I decided I'm going to study chemistry chapter 4. I'll do that by looking at the high level part, my notes, the different boxes, and the solved questions. I will do questions, I will look at YouTube videos, how to, like, when it's explained, and I will especially work on the angles and names. Same I do for everything. For instance, math, I will work with integration and binomial distribution, and that's basically how I put everything up. I also like to color code. That's totally your thing if you want to do it or not. And as you may see as a trend, I have assigned 1 day for each subject, where some people might find it better to revise like half an hour for one subject and then another one, but I like to do one subject in one day so I can totally focus on that. But that's very individual. You need to figure out what works the best for you. 7, this is what I think is the most fun, is to organize everything you have. So buy new folders specifically for revision. Take all your notes, all your tests, everything like that, and put it together. I will show you how I do that because I think it's helpful to see how other people solve these issues and how they do it. So maybe you do as well? I don't know. I'm just gonna show you anyways. But basically these are where I keep these big binders. Is where I keep all of the notes and handouts and everything for each subject. Then what I've done is that I've gotten revision folders. This is English, Norwegian, Anthropology, Chemistry, Physics, Math. And what I've done is that I've taken out all the past tests I've done in every subject and I put them in here. That way I can easily go through, see if there's anything I struggle with. I can find my best essays, highlight through them according to the criteria, see what I've done correctly, look at the worst ones, see what I did wrong, what I should do on my exam, what I shouldn't do, stuff like that. If I've solved a question correctly on all, for instance, math tests, I can go back, figure out how I did it, and just revise like that. So basically just get new pretty folders, put everything together, go through all your notes and figure out what you actually need to keep, figure out if there's anything that's specifically useful, your old tests, everything like that you should take out and put in a separate binder or folder. So yeah, number 8, I've already touched upon that, is to go through your old tests and papers and check them with the syllabus, like why you got bad marks, why you got good marks, which criteria you're satisfied, if there's any syllabus points you don't get, and stuff like that. So essays would be in languages and social sciences, or humanity classes, yeah, like history, anthropology, philosophy, whatever you have. And it's easier with the syllabus for instance, natural sciences, because that's very specific and straight to the point of what you need to know. Number 9, this is probably the most helpful and at the same time worst part of revising, and that's getting old papers and doing them. And I'm not kidding. This is what you need to do. Because no matter how well you know information, if you can't put it down in the IB paper format, you're going to do lousy in your exam. When you've covered all the material, so when your teacher says, okay, that's it, you've done with your options, you're done with all the core material, you basically know everything. You should be able to ideally take a past paper and get 100%. Of course that's not going to happen because none of us gets 100% without cheating on those papers because they're horrible. But that's an easy way to spot your problem areas and to be able to work on those specifically, because there's no use starting to go through a book again from chapter 1 till the end, because you've done that a couple of times. I know you have, and you know chapter 1 pretty well by now. There's still like small segments like the third part of high level bonding or periodicity that you struggle with, then go to that part. The thing is, you don't have enough time, so you need to work specifically and goal-oriented. So 10 is to finish all your reading, all of it. Because revision time is not a time to learn new material. It's a time where you should go over the material you've already learned and, you know, it should be very fine. You should know everything. You should just like go through it and go, oh, that's how you do it. I knew that. I just needed to remember it. That's what revision is for. And that's also my 11, is that there's no time to learn anything new. Just revise and prioritize what you're gonna read on, what you're gonna learn. So number 12 is to be realistic on how much you can do and what score you can get. If you've always been getting 4 in history, then maybe it's more wise to revise for getting a 5 or maybe even a 6. but it would be kind of out of your reach to try to get a 7 now. 13, I like my showing, is the form study groups. This works especially well with, for instance, languages or social sciences, where you sort of need to debate, where the exam is mostly that you should argue for one side, that you should come up with examples, stuff like that. So you can get together with some people that are on your level or a bit above, so you can sort of reach for what they know, and you can come together and debate and discuss and share information. So number 14 is to remember to take breaks. This goes for small breaks during your actual revising, and maybe taking a day off without feeling guilty about it, because there's a lot of work you need to do, and we all know that we can always do better, but sometimes you just need to give yourself a break, and just don't feel guilty about it. Just take some time off and enjoy yourself. I don't know, go to the movies, watch a movie at home, go out with your friends, do something you genuinely enjoy, and have fun with it. You deserve to take some time off. Number 15, if you haven't already done it, it's time you do. If it's not in the syllabus, don't learn it, don't read about it, you don't need to know it. Unless your teacher has specifically said this is not directly in the syllabus, but it's something you need to know, in the sense that maybe it's some sort of calculation or something that you should know to be able to do some of the other syllabus points, then learn it. If it's not there, don't bother. Number 16 is to find other ways to revise, just like other than just reading and writing. Make posters, make games, make songs to memorize it, listen to podcasts, look at YouTube videos and someone explaining it. Just try to mix it up so you don't get bored and so that you actually remember it. Do something to change it up a bit. Maybe you can try to do a practical experiment at home. Maybe you can ask your teacher if it's possible that you can do it in a lab. Depends on what type of learner you are and sort of how you remember the best. This is also a good time, if you haven't done so already, to try to explore some memorization techniques, because you need to bring a lot of information in with you on your exam. All needs to be in your head, and there are so many ways to store that information a lot easier and get it out of your memory and down to the paper a lot more easily. That was bad English, maybe I should revise for English. And my last tip, number 17, is, the classic old keep healthy. I'm so scared that I'll get sick for my exams, because you perform poorly when you're ill. And there's no way, unless you do retakes, that you can make up for that in the IB. So eat well, sleep, exercise, take care of yourself both physically and mentally. This is a very tough time. Be nice to everyone. Try to be patient and try to stay happy as much as you can, because this will be difficult. But we're all in this together, and I'm confident that we can do it. Okay, so those were my revision tips. If you have any questions or any more tips you would like to add, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comment section below, and good luck with your revision. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!